today I will tell you how to fill in automatically in Excel the letter that we use is income tax payment. The first one is tax payment letter, and then the second one is notification letter. In the previous video, I've already taught you the calculation detail for income tax, so I will put the link on the description box. And then, before I go forward, the first thing that I want to do is introducing myself. My name is Putu Suci Artini Asih, with student ID number 20156540022, and then for the absent number is 9. I'm from class B, tax accounting. The first one is the tax payment letter. The tax payment letter, the first one that we need is actually the identity. Tax payment letter consists of 5 sheets. The first one is for the taxpayer. The second and the third one is for the tax office and also officers. And then the third one is for the bank, and the last one is for archive. So we only need to fill one, and then the 2000 consists the same document. We don't need to choose anything. The first one in the tax payment letter is the identity of the taxpayer. Of course, the name, I fill it with data validations based on the data from worker identity. And then for the address, we only need to use VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP based on the name of the taxpayer, and then table array, and then index number based on the table array. I use table array from identitas underscore nama. It's from worker identity. How to use it? Worker identity, you only need to block it. Actually, this is therefore for identitas underscore nama. And then if you want to how to name a table, you only need to block the table you desire, and then you only need to type the name you desire on the name box. And then we move on after the identity. Not yet. We need to move on. The taxpayer ID number. Taxpayer ID number, the same with the address. We only need to use VLOOKUP, but with combinations left, mid, and also right. And the first one is we use left. The left of VLOOKUP from the taxpayer identity number. It is based on the worker identity data. And then 1 here, number charge, the character number 1, the digit, the first digit in the taxpayer ID number. And then after that, it is just consists the same. You only need to change. If you use mid, you need to know where the number start number, and then the number characters that you need. If start number is 12, and then you need the two number or 2 characters, it will show you 2 digits of the number. But it's not, because it is the box and limited by only 1 digit, so only need 1 characters or 1 digit. Like that. And then for the tax object number, this is for land enrolling payment, because I only need to calculate the income tax, so I don't really need this. And then for the tax account code, we use 411121. It is for income tax. And then for the payment code, here's the payment code. We use 200. It's for income tax number 21, but in 1 year. That's why the tax month, we actually put the X until December. And then for this one, nomor ketetapan, it is actually filled with the letter that you need to pay, like you still have the tax payable. And then for this, you need to pay from the calculations. After you calculate your tax, you need to put it here, and then done. After that, you need to, this is actually just the same as how much you pay, but in words. I don't need to use add-ins or macro because I use this stuff. It's actually a bit, I don't know how to say it, but yeah. And after that, we need the signature from the taxpayer and also the tax officers. That's all for tax payment letter, and then we move on to the tax notification letter. I almost everything here use VLOOKUP and also link, because I already said in my previous video from group video the calculations details and also the tax notification letter, so I don't need to explain it so detailed. The first one is the identity of taxpayer. This is only linked in the identity here. And then second is the taxpayer. The taxpayer identity, we only need to use the lookup from the identitas underscore nama also. That's the same from the tax payment letter. Tax notification letter is just the same. And then here the name we use data validation also. For the address we use VLOOKUP. Here, because there is a 3 box and the 3 box needs to be filled one only, so use if and also VLOOKUP. If the name here is actually Kawin, so we need to fill it in, but if it is not, so we don't need to fill it. This is basically the logical of the if I use here. And then this is the same with tidak kawin and also harta bersama or HB. And then for the next column, we also use VLOOKUP. Here also we use VLOOKUP from the worker identity sheets. And then for the Putu page, it only need to VLOOKUP from the calculations details. They get paid or how much is details of the additions or their payment is already here. Their salary or say 30 here, so we need to VLOOKUP only to the tax notification letter. Lookup, and then we need to sum it up in the total of their salary, the brutto salary. And then after that, the deductions. The deductions is based on also in the calculations details. And then we need to sum the deductions. And then after that, the netto salary is already here. You only need to deduct it from the brutto salary minus the deduction, so that we get and then all of this is just the same. I only need to use the look up for this one, so that the deduction and the deductor identity we only need to look up also, or use the link formula. We only need to use link from the deductor identity here. Deductor identification. Okay, and then you need a signature actually here, but I don't know how to do it. You only need to use signature here. And then for the day, the month, and the year is when you report the tax notification letter. That's all about notification letter and also the tax payment letter. See you. Thank you for watching.